Oh, damn! They just stole him! They just kidnapped him! So today, we're gonna check out yet another Minecraft ARG video, and this one is created by Zachobuilds, and it's titled, The Story of a World You Will Never See Again.
Now you're left thinking, what of me?
What
You
of
may be
who?
shocked to learn that this was not the correct spawn location for this Minecraft.
Oh, I thought this was like
someone had
like from the
changed
last
it.
video.
This is Luna. She doesn't know it yet, but in the months since she's last been on this server, it's gone from a typical survival world to essentially the back rooms on crack.
Oh, whoa.
The crack rooms,
And that's
if you will.
bedrock.
Anyway, this isn't quite where the video
You used to
starts.
say the crack rooms.
Crack. The crack rooms, if you will.
Crack
Anyway,
rooms.
this isn't quite where the video starts. So let's go back a mere 2 minutes.
I thought like for a
Okay,
second
so-
that this was like not like a reference to the first video, because I think the first video, maybe I'm like confusing two ARGs, but I remember like there was one video that we watched like a month ago that ended off in bedrock with signs by different players. Maybe I'm confusing the two, so I thought that this would like pick up from the last one, if it makes sense.
Go back a mere 2 minutes.
Okay, so this server is mine and a couple friends, but our friend who owns it and paid for it, well, they moved away a few months ago and I haven't heard from him since. But if you go into the server menu, if it loads, yeah, the title, it's different.
Log on, please.
It says, I'll see you again, log on please. So I logged on, but for some reason, it won't let me sleep. It's a
That means there's a
peaceful
monster
world.
nearby.
There are no monsters
Oh,
nearby,
wow.
I can guarantee it.
Luna then shows us that
But if
there are
it's
no mobs
peaceful-
outside and nothing.
If it's, you don't still have hunger on peaceful, do you? If it's a peaceful world, I believe hunger is gone. Isn't it? Or am I wrong?
Like hidden underground anywhere, and unfortunately she can't like switch into
Larp.
spectator mode to
Massive
look
larp.
around. But the weird thing here to me is the bed itself. I mean, look at it. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
look like
recreated
standard
this
texture.
frame in my own world, and you can see that there is a distinctive difference between the two. And listen, this
There's like
could
a
be
texture
from
pack.
a lot of things. A corrupted texture file, or maybe Luna has a texture pack on that we don't know about. But what I will say is from this angle, we can see 3 short dashes, 3 long, and then
SOS.
3
Oh my
short.
god.
And if you still don't believe me, the bottom of the bed in this frame
Help.
literally reads help.
Oh
Something is
my
going on.
god.
But apparently there seems to be a
But she
bigger
doesn't
issue
notice.
than just not being able to sleep in this bed. Because as Luna shows us, these chunks over here are not loading. And by not loading, I mean they don't exist.
Where is the rest of my world? I know I haven't played in a while, but
So
when
it's like a
OJ
one
dropped, like,
chunk.
"Delete your entire world update. I've messaged my friends trying to get them to come online to look at this, but they haven't even responded.
As Luna starts making her way back to her house, in the corner of our eye, we can see some sort of tunnel peeking out of the fog just barely.
Yeah, it's like cobblestone.
Luna doesn't notice it at first, but she does notice that her storage room has been entirely emptied out.
Ransacked.
Someone has
Yeah, it's
really
done.
been messing with this server. She eventually spots the tunnel, and getting a better look at it doesn't really help me figure out why it's here.
But you can
or
always
how
bridge to it.
generated. But eventually Luna starts bridging over to it, because what else are you gonna do?
Speed bridging it. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my
But is she
God.
gonna?
What the?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Now you are left thinking, what of me? What of who?
So she did basically
And that
no clip
brings us
into the back
to this
rooms.
world, a world that I promise, after this video is done, you will never see again.
Oh, I'm actually intrigued. I'm actually really interested. The video contains occasional flashing lights similar to the camera, as well as topics related to
Luna starts-
Haw and Death. Oh, editor, there's like a certain word on screen that we gotta like censor right now, because otherwise YouTube will censor us, if you know what I mean. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Luna starts making her way down this corridor, and we can see these lights that don't actually seem to have a source that they are coming from.
What if they're
At least
below
not
or
what we can
above?
see. Eventually, though, she comes across a bigger room, which definitely has a lot going on in it. On this one wall, though, there seems to be a large pattern that resembles.
You guys see what I'm you guys see what I'm seeing, right? Right? You guys, it's a QR code. It's clearly a QR code, but I think the perspective is so warped that I can't really get it. I'm trying like Wait, maybe? Come on, hit it. I think it's like way too distorted. Maybe if we get like a better frame, we can actually scan it.
A QR code.
What use do I have for a QR code?
Scan it.
Oh.
Save screenshot?
Oh,
Wait.
It's a screenshot.
It is in fact the screenshot that did that, and upon pulling up the image, we can see that this unusual flash seems to have altered the image in some way. And I tried scanning this QR code with no avail, but Luna actually notices that embedded in the image is a URL, specifically an Imgur link that gives Luna a set of images.
Oh.
Now, when I first saw these, they looked vaguely
Squid Game.
familiar, but I wasn't sure until Luna said,
These look like those like build tutorials where it like gives you a layout of what you need to build.
and she's absolutely right. If you take this image as well as this chart, you can see that the circles are slabs, the triangles, stairs, etc.
Where do you get that one from? Like the left image I understand because it's from the Imgur link, but the right one, where did you even get that from? Previous layer, block layer, up. Where would you get that from?
That the circles are slabs, the triangles, stairs, etc., etc. But the central issue here is that there's nothing but bedrock. So how is Luna gonna find stuff to build this?
Oh, that's on.
However, no matter how much Luna messages this guy who seems
Yo,
to go
dude,
by
where are
Mud,
you?
he
You at
doesn't
base?
respond.
Hello?
He shows up in the tab menu, but other than that join
Oh, that's very
message,
ominous.
he's completely silent. Luna decides to explore one of these side tunnels and just finds that this structure goes on for quite a while. There's a lot of different areas, specifically one that isn't actually lit, meaning that Luna has to slowly, bit by bit, make her way down this dark tunnel that eventually opens up into a dark room.
Oh.
She eventually finds a wall that juts out weirdly and finds that next to it is a sign that reads, "Its name is the Shuttered."
Who is
Who,
the Shuttered?
I was about to say the same. Who is the Shuttered?
Shuttered. I made your mom shudder last night in bed.
I think like that's the one thing that kind of annoys me a little bit with Zachobuilds videos is that I know that you have all of these comic relief moments, but I just feel like they really don't fit in when you have like I wouldn't really call this disturbing, when you have like a dark, creepy story about a friend who maybe disappeared and a server and a chunk that is missing, and you explore like a back room sort of. Like the crack rooms in the start was funny, but having, you know, knee slapper moments like that, for me, it just really pisses me off.
The Shuttered. I made your mom shudder last night in bed.
Anyway, Luna corrects the sign's grammar by removing an apostrophe and then snaps a quick pic and moves on. However, I really wish Luna would be checking all of these screenshots, because if you really slow it down, something appears in the frame right before the screenshot is taken. It's super hard to make out
there's a
what
face.
it is,
There's a face right down there.
This looks like a player name tag, and thus a player standing beneath it.
Yeah.
And considering the only other person on is, you know, Luna's friend Mutt, I'm guessing this might be Mutt. Luna continues looking around and finds that the tunnel kind of circles back to the center. And this time we see items. Where there weren't items before.
Yeah, they weren't there before,
So
yeah.
At this point, I think it's pretty clear what Luna should do.
And you can also see, like, in the center of it, the bedrock is a different color than all of the other bedrocks. So this is the location that she has to build the template, or like the blueprints that she got from that Imgur link.
So at this point, I think it's pretty clear what Luna should do here. And she starts building that structure from before. And unfortunately, it's only when she's almost done that she realizes,
Oh, I could have used the blocks to build out of here.
But Luna says she wants to see what this looks like anyway, and we're in this deep. So Luna finishes building, takes a step back, and sees
A face.
whatever this is.
It's a
It
boss.
looks to be something sort of like a face, I guess, but the things on either side of it, I truly couldn't tell you what they
I
are.
think this is the last piece of the QR code. Typically on a QR code, you have 4 squares. You have like 1 in each corner. Some QR codes can work without the square in one of the corners. But if you align this perfectly, I can imagine you probably get the final square so you have the full picture of the QR code.
But Luna takes a screenshot of her work and...
You saw that, right? She takes a screenshot and a face literally appears. Oh my, is that Patrick Bateman? What is Patrick Bateman doing in here? You see him for like a split second and then he disappears.
Wait. That
Maybe,
looks like
yeah, I was about to say maybe
Chase.
that's a server admin. Like maybe this is the reason why he
Here's
wanted
the
you to
thing.
log in.
We don't know who Chase is, but we also don't really know Mutt's real name or anyone else who was involved in this server yet. But I'm not sure that there was a single more terrifying sentence than what Luna just said about this image. Luna gets back to the game and, well, I'll let you watch what happens.
Oh wait, it's getting corrupted.
What the?
Why is it getting corrupted?
No, I built that.
Luna takes a look inside this thing and finds that there is now a hole into seemingly an entirely different room. But as we can see, there's another tunnel to follow, and if we head that way, we pass some very interesting rooms that kind of remind me of the Nether Fortress rooms with the lava in the center, and eventually come across this.
That is
If this isn't weird enough for you,
impossible.
we then see lights cascade
That's
down
impossible
this very
geometry.
long tunnel. It seems as though they're leading us to something. As to what, I really don't want to find out, but Luna does, so she makes her way down with the occasional light.
Isn't that an
popping up
impossible
again,
build? You
heading
can't
that
have like, you
direction,
know,
and
diagonally
she
like that.
finally gets to the end, where we see a room with nothing. At least almost nothing. There
There's
seems
something.
to be this weird bedrock bench sitting there, and I'm just gonna do everyone a favor that I couldn't receive when I watched this for the first time and say jump scare warning in 3, 2.
What? Oh,
Here's the thing, right? I would much rather have experienced this myself without the jump scare warning. Do we have like Luna's video footage re-uploaded? We do have the
okay,
original.
So
The original video is uploaded on Zachobuilds' channel, but it's only unlisted. So if you wanted to see all of this footage for yourself, you would have to like do it on his channel on this unlisted link that you can only really get from this video in here. I would much rather have that the jump scare warning wasn't really there. Maybe he teased, then something creepy happened or something scary happened, so we could experience this together and get goosebumps, like, you know, so we can, instead of being prepared to be scared, we would actually get scared, if that makes sense.
2.
So you have what is a player? A player, it seems like, with aperture icons for heads and hands. And then it happens again. And you have the player appearing again here.
What? Oh!
And then you have the player appearing one more time down here, and she starts losing HP, a lot of HP actually. First it was like maybe a couple of hearts, then she starts also regenerating again and again.
Oh!
And then he's he's actually grabbing after her on her tail, and then she dies.
I don't want to freak anyone out, but what is that?
It's a player. It's gotta be Chase.
What is that? If we want to get into specifics,
Or it's
I
Seek from,
particularly don't like how it
from
only
Pillar
seems
Chase.
to show up when Luna is taken.
LARPer over here, guys! We got a ding 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 ding! LARP alert! It's Seek from Seek's Cool Deltarune mod. Nah, it's Seek from Doors.
Taking a screenshot, but
LARP,
anyway,
LARP
Luna
alert.
seems to be in a different area, but she still has access to 2 torches, so she can make her way down this tunnel into yet another room. This time, seemingly just filled with these doors, walls. I'm not sure. Either way, the important thing is there's this thing on the wall, and Luna takes a picture of it.
Oh my god, Mutt.
I don't know how, but he's here now, and the two try to communicate in chat, but it's not working.
He doesn't
so
see
Luna
it.
Runs all the way back to grab that sign earlier so the two can actually finally communicate.
Hello?
Why have you been ignoring my messages?
I don't
I've texted you and I've messaged in chat.
Sorry, I've been checking my phone.
Okay, why am I here and what is going on? I have plans tonight.
However, Luna very smartly says,
You know what? I'm just gonna call him. I'm just gonna make things easier.
Yeah.
however, as the phone rings, Mutt doesn't seem to answer.
Answer the phone.
What phone?
I can't talk out loud right now, but I am insanely creeped out.
Come on, I'm just curious what all this shit is.
Mutt expresses that he wants to log off, and right as that's happening, we see another person log on. This person
Sam.
seemingly
Same old
going by
Olive?
Olive. Luna tries to message her in the chat, but it isn't working per usual, and Mutt appears to agree to continue to look around this place. The two start making their way down this long tunnel again, and as they do, Luna says something very interesting.
I mean, seriously, who could have built this? I mean, Chase owns all of this, but there's no way Chase could have built this.
I think it was pretty
He can
obvious that
barely build
Chase
a
was the
weak farm
server
without
owner.
falling asleep.
This is a very interesting thing to say, and I don't entirely know what it means yet, but the two continue to walk until they find this. It seems to be a very long tunnel. It also seems to be adjacent to like a strip mine.
I like the
guess.
aesthetics on
Luna
this
goes
one,
down
just like
some
the
of tunnels,
colors and
snaps a pig,
the
but
re-
there
the
doesn't
resource
seem to
packs
be
in it.
anything down them. But eventually, we do see this.
Oh,
The
okay, that's
room
sick.
is dark now, and the two move forward for a bit before everything comes back on. And I don't know if I'm crazy, but the tunnel feels longer now. Is that just me? However, eventually the two do see an end in sight, and when they finally get there, we see this tunnel that leads to a window. For the first time, we can actually see outside of this structure.
Whoa.
What I'm looking at,
Okay, that's
I
cool.
couldn't tell you. It looks like a tangled mess of
It's a work of art.
things. The two continue walking down the tunnel and see a window on the other side, which just has more of this. I don't know what it is, okay?
It's actually really
However,
beautiful.
It's within seconds that we receive a.
Oh,
I love when it does that. That is
But the
run.
chat is not working.
come on, follow me. See? Come on.
Oh, damn! They just stole him! They just kidnapped him! Oh my, he's behind the walls! He's behind the walls! Check this shit out! You can literally see he's behind the wall! Right here! Oh my god! He's right there, Mutt is right there, and the other guy is literally chasing right after him. I'll see you again.
It is at this point that Luna tries to call Mutt and gets no answer again. She then seems to call a family member of Mutt, and this is that conversation.
Hello?
Hi, can you tell Ty to call me? It's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go tell him now. He's in his room.
Thank you so much.
And then he's gone.
Whoever get him out of his room nowadays. You guys really should get outside more.
Yeah.
Tyler J. Morris.
Answer
Here,
your
I want
phone!
you to- Tyler?
He's not there. He got sucked into the PC.
Everything okay?
Yeah. Let me call you back, or I'll have Tyler call you back when I find him. He's not in his room.
Yeah, when I find him.
Yeah, absolutely. Just tell him that I want him to.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I am not a believer in coincidences, but Mutt, or as we now know him, Tyler Morris, seems to be missing. I made the mistake of Googling this name just to see
Tyler, the
what came
creator.
up. I found a document, a missing persons report for one Tyler Morris. And the date on here matches the date on the screenshots. This happened the same day. This is him.
In
It
March.
says that his last location was home in his bedroom, which we knew, and
Window
it
left
says that
open.
his window was left open. However, perhaps the most interesting thing here is that this was classified as a runaway. Now, we know frighteningly little here, but that just doesn't sit right with me. So I took a look back at the screenshots that Luna all took while whatever happened, and I caught something interesting. Not the weird thing standing next to Mutt, no, this bit of text. It was another Imgur link, and this whole time I assumed that first Imgur link was just there because of the QR code, and I'm now realizing there could be Imgur links in almost all of these screenshots, and I have missed them. And when I went back through, I did in fact find
Holy
more Imgur
shit,
links.
okay.
3 to be specific, and they produced these images. These images are all 2 separate pictures that are burned on top of each other. And while I don't know what the darker one is, I can tell that the lighter ones are all screenshots of Luna playing the game. However, taking a closer look at this image, we can see Mutt in the lower left, but then in the top right, there seems to be a structure that actually looks really similar to what we saw earlier in the bedrock
That's
mess.
like the cobblestone
Speaking
tunnel.
of that mess, Luna is looking around and can see that Mutt is still online, but isn't responding. But this made me realize something. I looked up Tyler's real name, but I didn't look up his gamer tag. And clearly Luna here is used to recording her POV and posting it somewhere. So I did some researching and I found this channel, which at first seems maybe unrelated, but it had over 500 subscribers with 0 videos. And that didn't make sense to me. So I
Privating
clicked
all
through,
my
I
stuff?
found
Oh.
one playlist.
Used the Wayback
Many of the videos
Machine.
were just general popular videos, except for one. New POV unlocked, ladies and gentlemen. This time
Nice.
we can see what Mutt has been seeing. He spawns into a similar room as Luna with the same sign and the same bed, but instead of the world being pink, it's now blue. Mutt gets his torches and starts exploring the tunnels that are just as dark and empty as they always have.
Huh? Is that Olive or is that Chase? Yeah, that is Chase. Chase? Oh, there he is. There he is. I see him. I see him. I see him.
Hello?
I think he just disconnected, probably.
And just like that, Mutt seems to be alone again.
What?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Would it kill you to elaborate on what the f that means?
With everything we've heard about Chase so far, there seems to be a lot having to do with sleep. Specifically, the line that Luna said,
You can barely build a wheat farm without falling asleep.
reading between the lines here, I'm guessing that Chase has narcolepsy. But it does seem that this figure we see is Chase, so maybe he did build this whole world and set up this mess, but the why still remains to be seen. Mutt eventually comes across the same room that Luna built the statue in and takes a long look at it, snaps a screenshot, and just
The
sort
same
of
image
moves
appears.
on. It seems like he's trying to find Chase again, but it seems like Chase is long gone, and the video ends soon after. Similarly, we see that Luna is still looking for Mutt in these vast empty hallways.
And my earbuds are going to die. Great.
Of course, right when I was starting to get less scared of this goddamn place.
I'm just gonna...
Super cool.
Nice.
We are
So we
on
lost
our
her
own
voice.
now, everyone. Well, almost. We can hear that her mic has like switched to like something else. It sounds like we're recording this on like a smart fridge or something. And that smart fridge is also next door. After a bit of searching,
Okay,
though,
that's funny,
Luna
that's
seems
funny.
to find a storage room. Not just any storage room. Her storage room. If you compare it to the very start of the
Yeah,
video,
I remember.
this is like an exact replica of her original storage room. Looking in the chest, though, everything seems to be empty, much like her original storage room.
Except
But
for one.
keyword is seems here. Not much in this world has been as it seems. When Luna takes a screenshot, items appear in the chest, and
It
when
writes-
you
it
take
writes
all
out
of
something.
these screenshots and arrange them in the order of the chests, a sentence forms. Now, there's two main issues. One, Luna did not take pictures of 2 of the chests, and the second issue is that some of these letters could be multiple. So I took the letters that I knew for sure, and then 6 out of the 7 of these are the same, so they're probably not K's, they're probably E's, and then the one left is probably an M. So we are left with, "You never let me breathe, but I exhale." And right as Luna is figuring this out for herself, she hears something.
Oh, hell nah. Lock the door. Lock the door, yeah. Jump scare. Oh, whoa! Whoa! See, that was
Just
a
like that,
good
we're back
jump
at
scare
another
when
bed
we didn't
with
get the
another
warning.
sign in another room. However, the main big difference this time is that within seconds, Luna comes across Olive. She's stuck on the other side of this wall, but she's here, and she has a sign, which is great because Luna didn't grab hers again, and they're able to communicate.
What did you do to our world?
I didn't.
I didn't do this. Have you seen Mutt? I tried messaging him. He didn't reply.
He kind of just disappeared.
Found him, yeah, but something happened. What the f*** is that? Let me just call you. No, don't. My parents have my phone.
Apparently, Olive is not supposed to be on her phone or computer right now, so Luna just explains what happened to Mutt over text. Quick timeline check-in. Based off the most recent screenshot, it should be about 3:04 p.m. for these guys right now, and that missing persons report marked last contact with Mutt at 2:33. So clearly word has not
About half
spread
an hour, yeah.
yet. Otherwise, I would hope everyone would be taking this more seriously. Olive does say that she wants to get off and try to figure out what's happening, but Luna says,
I'm sure Ty is fine. He said he had plans tonight. Please don't get off. I don't know, man. I hope you're right.
They then start talking about how this world could have gotten here, and Luna says that Chase is the only one that would have access besides them, to which Olive says that she hasn't heard from him in forever. But what's interesting is Olive also says that Luna was kind of mean to him sometimes.
Oh my god, they were jokes. No, it's not the only one making them.
In like
Well,
what way?
this further confirms some of my beliefs about what was going on in this friend group, if you can call it a friend group at this point. The two decide to start looking around, and Luna goes down a hallway, up a set of stairs, and then back, and we see an opening where across the way is where Olive is. She writes something on a sign that I personally can't read, but it prompts Luna to take a screenshot. And when we take a look,
What?
we can see 2 words,
You, mine.
and mine. And when they head back down, we see that Olive has 2 other words, and combined we get, you must mine together. So Olive says they should punch a block together, and they do. And to my surprise,
It breaks.
breaks. The two are now together, which is great. And upon exploring, they find more of this bedrock that they can actually break. And when they do, they find a tunnel that leads to this room. It looks to be like normal bedrock, bottom of the world generation with a pillar in the center. And when we get to that pillar, we can actually see that there's a chunk of the bedrock missing.
Oh,
That
wow.
seems to be in the shape of like a player. Olive eventually comes
Yeah, I
over
see
and
that.
hits Luna off the thing, but eventually tells us to take screenshots of the walls, which reveals that there are Roman numerals listed around the room, specifically that of a clock. So if you look at a top-down view of this, we can see that there's
Oh.
a clock going around, but then also this
So it's half
shadow
past 2.
and the path that we
That's the
entered
time he
in on.
disappeared, isn't it?
And the path that we entered in on is functioning as the minute hand, and this shadow is the hour hand, which gives us 2:30.
Clock, right? 2:30?
And that's the
Yeah,
moment.
but
What
wait
was
a
his
second.
name? Mutt. The time that
40
Mutt
minutes ago.
disappeared.
Ty went missing? It was around then, yeah. I'll send you my footage. Maybe I missed something. I'll send you mine too.
And lucky for us, the Google Drive folder that I received Luna's video in also included Olive's video, which means we now have our third and final POV unlocked. Olive is in a typical start room, and
but the bit is also different.
Menu, everyone else is online, but once again isn't responding to messages. Olive starts to look around, and I think tries to open the F3 menu, but accidentally takes a screenshot and discovers what that does. But other than that, these are the same hallways we've seen several times now, but this time yellow. And Olive does notice in F5 that her eyes are black for some reason, which is apparently not normal. But what I'm curious about here is, where is Olive at 2:30? And I scrubbed ahead to that point and found that she was in this room we hadn't seen before with a sign. The sign reads, "Inside some truths are a scrambled whisper left opposite the cries." Olive goes to take a screenshot of it, and we discover two things. The first is that there is a bit of hidden text on the sign, and the second
the Bible.
is that these screenshots were taken at exactly 2:30. Let's break down this sign. Olive says in chat, "Is this a cryptic puzzle?" Which gets us on the right track, because upon Googling what that is, it's a wordplay puzzle where there are hidden text inside of a sentence. Now, I suck at puzzles, but I solve them for a living, so allow me to compile my several hours of work into a quick 1-minute segment for you guys. Okay, so the numbers in the bottom right basically tell us what words we're looking for, and we're looking for a 6-letter one and a 4-letter one. To find the first word, we're going to take just the first half of this sentence, and there's some words in here that cue us as to what we're supposed to be doing. Inside and scrambled are called indicators. They're words that are telling us what we have to do with this sentence. So here we have to look inside some truths and only take letters from the internal part of the word. Now, often in these puzzles will be the definition of the word we're looking for, which in this case is whisper. So if you take the letters inside some truths and scramble them, you can find the word mutter, another word for whisper. Now, this second word is trickier. We have our indicator opposite. We're doing the opposite of something, but it's actually the opposite of everything we just did in the last sentence. Instead of inside, we are looking outside. But we have an issue. Where's our definition? I thought maybe it's the opposite of the last definition, whisper, so like a yell or a cry for help. However, what I realized is if you just take the outside letters of this sentence, you get L-I-E-S. And the opposite of some truths are lies. So altogether, we get mutter lies. And I'm very curious as to what mutterings might be lying about. It's hard though. We don't know what this
I'm not
guy
even
could
gonna
be lying
question
about.
that theory.
I mean, maybe
Or
he's
that
just
process,
lying
I'm not
about,
gonna
like,
question that
his
at
height
all.
on his dating profile. We all do that.
Right?
Guys?
Right?
Anyway, Olive takes the sign and starts looking around, finds Luna's statue yet again, and just sort of wanders until the video ends. Moving back over to Luna, who presumably also just got done watching that video, we can see, oh, I guess in the meantime, this shadow has opened up into a ravine of sorts. Olive just full on sends it on down, which we can see it does not go that deep, and we can drop down just fine and discover even more tunnel. The two wander a ways down before coming across a window outside, which I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at, and it doesn't seem these guys are either.
What is it? No clue.
And then this happens.
Oh.
And just like that, these two have lost their only way to communicate in this Minecraft world, which really sucks because communication would have been very helpful when all of a sudden
it goes dark.
And we pretty much know what happens from here. Olive is now gone, and in her place, a sign. This time one that says, "Now you are left, thinking what of me?" From what we can hear of Luna's microphone, it sounds like she tries to call Olive. And gets no answer. If I were Luna at this point, I'd have gotten the hell off this world. I'd be worried about my friends. I'd be like running to their houses since it seems like they all live close to each other. But instead, she's here wandering. She does eventually find one last room, which opens up to just an insane area with one distinguishing feature with it. And it's this face.
The
in
guy.
wall. She takes a picture of it, and it's that picture that gives her an idea. But more importantly, it gave me an idea too. Back when Luna built that statue, it looked like a face, and I was so distracted by Chase's face in it that I didn't look for anything else. But on Olive's, there isn't a face, but there is a bit of text. And when I went back through, it turns out every time someone took a picture of this statue, there is a portion of text to be found. All I had to do was overlay all of these in the correct way in order to reveal and piece together what this thing was trying to say. Now, this text didn't make sense until I saw the idea that Luna had. Luna went back to that original sign and took a screenshot of it, and it revealed that this sentence we've been seeing the whole time is another cryptic puzzle. So let's break this down. This puzzle goes by a different set of rules than last time. We don't really get a definition, and there aren't really any signals to move words around. But there's one other strategy that these types of puzzles use: substitutions, and this puzzle uses them a lot. Take "now you are left," for example. U and R sound very similar to the letters U and R, and then left often gets reduced down to just the letter L because left and right are
URL
often L and R. Moving over to the rest of the sentence, we have "what of me." This code we found earlier is actually a key to swap out "what" with "for" and "me" with "word." And that leaves us with "for of word."
Forward.
I'll be honest, I got stuck here. I'll give you 5 seconds to figure out what took me half an hour.
Forward.
Okay, time's up. "For of word."
Forward.
Forward.
Forward
It was that
slash.
simple. So we're left with now URL thinking forward. Except we need 3 words, and this is 4 words. 4 words, because Okay, basically, the biggest tell of what we're supposed to do next is the fact that there is a period instead of a comma in our little word key. And when we think about URL, I have a feeling that that last 3-letter word is com,
dot.
as in .com. So the first 8-letter word is thinking, the last 3-letter word is .com, and then this middle 3-letter word I couldn't figure out for ages until I realized that you can kind of abbreviate forward into FWD. And the only reason I knew that is because when I searched it up, I found this website. It seems to be like a journal of sorts, presumably written by Chase, talking about all the things he was going through and feeling. I'll read a small section of one of the posts now.
It wasn't the sleep I hated. Being asleep was really the only time I felt quiet. Everything fades away just for a small moment. It was the waking up. I'd wake up and see them taking photos of me. The light would rush into my eyes.
Oh, because he's narcoleptic.
Then the embarrassment. I learned to laugh along. It was the one thing I could control. If I laugh, then it's us laughing. If I don't laugh, then it's them laughing. But the laughter was hollow. It's not alone in that.
The blog posts continue before they come to a abrupt end. This was devastating to read, and
I have an idea, but it feels wrong. I just need them to know what I feel. I'll do whatever I need to, but I can't go back on it.
that's the crazy thing here. Luna has no idea about this website.
Can I check this website too? Is there something you can read on it? Starting here, people always recommend I journal, but I don't like the feeling I'm talking to no one or just talking to myself. Mainly the second one, so I guess I'm doing this now. We'll see how much I end up using it. Right now, it just feels weird to talk here. I don't know. General thoughts. Sometimes I wonder if I'm the crazy one. Like seriously, or maybe there's something about me that makes everyone around me just insane. I really just want to be normal or treated normally, but I really just feel like if I wasn't there, no one would be thinking of me. One friend of mine is the best of all of them. I'll call her Yellow. We saw Yellow, right? The yellow filter in like the game. I think it was Olive, I think. We recently realized we both like crosswords, which are nice. I showed her a cryptic crossword, which is now my favorite. You ever just wonder what someone would be like if they weren't always with someone? Things haven't been great lately. It wasn't the sleep I hated. Being asleep was really the only thing that ever felt quiet. Everything fades away just for a small moment. It was the waking up. I'd wake up and see them taking photos of me laughing. The light would be rushing into my eyes the seconds after the darkness left. Then the embarrassment. I learned to laugh along it. It was the one thing that I could control. If I laugh, then it's us laughing. If I don't laugh, then it's them laughing. But the laughter was hollow. It's not alone. It's not alone in that. Moving away. Learned we're moving again. I'm fine fine with it. Never really felt like this was home anyway. Maybe it's a result of all the movement, but I'm fine with it. I always am. I guess it sucks because me and Yellow were just starting to get closer. We have a week to pack and then it's somewhere else. Now, I guess there's parts I'll miss having math class with one friend. I'll call him Blue. We also saw Blue. It's probably the only time that I've actually enjoyed that shit. God, I hate starting new classes and new school. Everyone already has their friend and people to talk to. Gotta re-explain to a new group of people that I don't. Drop dead every once in a while. Weirdly content. I'm sick of it. Friend group had a big falling out prompted by my moving. Is it wrong that I weirdly feel happy that so many people cared? Well, just 2 people. Everyone had to pick a side, and me, to my surprise, Blue and Yellow picked mine. The third friend, I'll call her Luna. I don't care. She has a lot of fears of her own. I think she just doesn't want to be abandoned, so she rushes to do things first before anyone else can. She insisted and begged everyone not to leave her for her sake, and look what happened. Everyone gone. Eventually, Luna, you learn that the mutterings inside these walls lie. You search endlessly to find the lips the whispers come from, but the only place you'll find them is in the faint image behind the lens. The one you, only you, when the flash fades and then the darkness returns. But did you even search to begin with, Luna? After all, we all came to you. We found you. Simplicity is not even realizing that there's something to search for, but once you realize there's always something inside you to search for, staying oblivious becomes a world you'll never see again. And that was posted 4:44 p.m. Today's the day. Playing on the server one last time just for good old days. I actually was surprised when Blue asked for the server download. He and I were always the most active, so it makes sense. In theory, we all could keep playing even once I move, but no one has been on in ages anyway. There were good times, though I don't regret it. I just wish that they could see inside my head sometimes, just for 1 second, but the mind has a way to keep you unaware of what you are unaware of? The mind has a way of keeping you unaware of what you are unaware of. I learned that in a way too young age. And then we have the final message here. So we have the entire story of Chase basically being bullied in school because they have narcolepsy, because they're narcoleptic. And whenever they pass out in class, they usually just laugh with the people. So you feel like you're not being bullied or laughed at. And it seems like after they move for the second time or the third time, it's only Luna and Olive and Mother that basically stay together. But it seems like there's some internal conflict with Luna. Like, Luna maybe has like a bigger role to play in this case here that we don't know about just yet. We still have like 8 minutes left, so let's see what the rest of the story is.
Luna has no idea about this website. She finds that secret text on the sign, but doesn't actually know what to do with it or how to solve any of it. So what is there left for Luna? I mean, her friends are gone. She has no idea where she is, what she's meant to do, and
there's an item or a player. You don't deserve the
breath he sacrificed.
What?
You've never once thought about it, have you?
Thought about what?
It's easier when you don't ever have to think about it.
Can you hear me?
You are never impacted by what you are ignorant to.
This is dumb.
No, Luna, you're dumb. You're not taking this seriously.
Maybe Luna was one of them that bullied Chase? Because maybe Luna was in the friend group with the 2 other people, Mother and Olive, and she didn't accept that Chase had this issue, this, how to say, like, the thing that he's working with. So maybe she just bullied him?
Who are you?
It's
Chase.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, you're not. Chase is dead.
Damn.
So, whoever you are, stop this weird shit.
You knew he died.
Yes, of course I... What? Is that you?
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't want you to blame yourself like I did.
Too late.
Where are you right now?
Don't worry about it.
Did you build this whole world?
No.
Yeah, to teach us a lesson.
What do you mean?
We don't deserve to keep living unaffected by what we did.
He didn't do anything. He made a choice.
Didn't make a choice,
Do
did
you hear yourself right now?
he? That's not a choice.
Tyler, where are you right now?
If you get pushed to that point, that's not a choice you make. Whoa. There he is. Oh, damn. Even the date and time is gone. It's like X666.
Tyler, everything you're feeling right now is normal. I'm supposed to get away. This isn't about you. It's about whatever you're doing.
I just want to shut everything out for a bit.
It won't change it.
I'll see you again.
If we don't get like a recap, I feel like there's too much up for interpretation. Now you're left thinking.
You are left thinking, what of me?
And with that, the video ends. And it seems that we finally have our answer. This whole world was set up by Mutt, or at least parts of it. Judging by this ending, we still don't know who wrote this cryptic sign. But it seems that Mutt felt that Luna needed to face her actions for once. She was able to go through life completely disregarding the consequences of how she treated Chase. Luna and everyone would make fun of Chase, even taking pictures of him when he would fall asleep due to his narcolepsy. And while Luna could convince herself that she did nothing wrong, Mutt was being completely consumed by what he did. So he planned to teach Luna a lesson, and then to run away to try to potentially leave for good. Both of these reactions are common, but very unhealthy responses, Luna's especially. It leads you to always be searching for the monsters nearby, never considering that you could be one of them.
Nah.
I mean, Luna insisted and begged everyone not to leave for her sake. And look what happened. Everyone gone. Eventually, Luna, you learn that the mutterings inside these walls lie. You search endlessly to find the lips the whispers came from, but the only place you'll find them is in the faint image behind the lens.
The one you only see when the flash fades and the darkness returns. But did you even search to begin with, Luna? After all, we came to you. We found you. Simplicity is not even realizing there's something to search for.
Came to you, we
But
found
once
you.
you realize there's always something inside you to search for. Staying oblivious becomes a world you will never see again.
And then it just ends, right? Okay, the events depicted in this video are... yeah. Okay. 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 I gotta think for a moment. I feel like the story is good and powerful, where we have a person here who is clearly suffering. They have an issue to work with. They have something to work with, and whenever they fall asleep in school, the flashes that we see are the flashes from people's phones, basically taking pictures of them because they pass out, and apparently people find that funny in taking pictures of someone who's passed out. And it seems like yellow and blue, which is Olive and Ty, were the only ones who were really friends with Chase. And it sounded like Luna was maybe one of the people who decided to bully Chase for the issues that he was facing at that time there. And maybe Luna was just an insecure person that basically just... Usually when it comes to bullying, if you are the one bullying other people, you basically remove the attention from you. If you are insecure, if you have issues, if you have like anything that could be... It could be visually, it could be mentally, it could be... If you're working or dealing or have any sort of issues, if you are the one bullying, that means that you basically take all of that focus that could be directed towards you and put it on someone else, which is what we saw on the website as well, where Luna is like a pick-me. She seems insecure, like she always wants to be the one on top, she always wants to be the one who performs the best, but clearly she also has some issues. And if she's the one who's bullying, that means that those issues won't be put attention on. We don't have any focus on it. So it sounded like maybe Chase and the other guys decided to give Luna a chance in order to form a friendship with her. But the bullying just kept on going over and over again. And it almost sounded like Luna tried to make the entire situation about her when Chase wanted to move away and the friendship breaking apart, that she, again, was a pick-me. She wanted to be the one in focus. And after that, Chase just couldn't take it anymore, so he decided to leave us. So what we're seeing here is the guilt, like Tyler and Olive are clearly like, they feel guilty that they couldn't help Tyler, that they couldn't prevent Tyler from doing what they did. So they created this world here to like showcase the agony, showcase the horrors and the terrifying moments that Luna has inflicted on Chase as a person to, you know, direct all the bullying towards her. Now she's the one that gets taken pictures of. She's the one who's getting chased by Chase, which is actually kind of ironic. So now she's going through the same horrors, or like a similar horror to what happened with Chase. That's what I get out of this story here. I feel like the story is really well put together. The scenes and the builds are also super good. The one thing when it comes to Zachobuilds videos is that they do have some comedic moments and some comedic timings that I'm not really a huge fan of. I want to see if I can... There was like a moment over here I want to see if I can find. Like this moment, for example, here, where you have your mom joke in the middle of the video.
It's the shuddered. The shuddered. I made your mom shudder last night in bed!
I feel like, in my personal opinion, right, there is such a big disconnect when you have a, like, even though you only find out later on in the story, you have a story about a guy who got bullied so hard that they aren't with us anymore, and then you have your mom jokes literally 5 minutes into the video. I know that when it comes to movies and storytelling, that comedic relief and comic relief are like important. When you create the narrative for this story here, and you decide we're gonna make a story about a guy who's struggling because they have something that they work with, and they decided to leave us instead of basically working with their issues. And then sprinkling jokes like this throughout the video. The crack house I feel like is funny, but I still feel like it's a bit insensitive. Is it insensitive? Am I wrong or am I not? I feel like it's a bit insensitive making jokes like this when you do have a story about a person who is not with us anymore. And I think, like I've said before, some of the things when we get into a new area or see a new build or when something happens, this entire story was created by Zachobuilds. So when he says, what I think, what I hope, I don't understand, what I think is happening here, what the build could be, like, he doesn't sound secure, he doesn't sound confident in his own storytelling. When you build the narrative, you make the story, you have all the building blocks, you put them together, but then you still say, what I think they mean, what I think happens here, this could be it, this could be that. So that just, it annoys me a little bit because Zach, I'm just gonna say Zach is definitely a competent storyteller all the way. The scenes we have are great. The story we have is great here. The different, also like the jump scares, like some of the jump scares were amazing, but the fact that one of them were spoiled because he decided to include a jump scare warning or like a jump scare disclaimer really annoyed me, because then we don't get to like experience that. We don't get to like get the goosebumps. It's kind of like, you know, if you're watching like a YouTuber and there's a jump scare warning every time you like watch a video, or like if there's a jump scare warning in every single video game, it kind of ruins the experience when you don't get to like experience that yourself and get the goosebumps. Like I got goosebumps from the other scenes when, what was it, when Mutt was running away from Chase, and then suddenly they got built into the wall, and you see like Chase chasing Mutt in like the screenshots. That was insanely cool. But this one scene, I want to see if I can find it real quick. This one scene here with the screenshot, I feel like it just ruined it for me because we get the jump scare warning.
That I receive when I watch this for the first time and say, jump scare warning in 3, 2.
I mean, just from the sound effects, the sound design is amazing. The sound design is the kind of sound design that gives you goosebumps. If you're in that situation and you wait a moment and then you have the screenshot, the flashes, the sound, like my hair on my arms are almost racing from that moment. But because we have, hey, by the way, something scary is about to happen, brace yourself, that makes you like, oh, it makes your body overconfident, so you brace too much and then the entire scene falls flat. And you can be like, Stan, what the fuck is bro yapping about? Oh my god, pack it up, Unk. Larp, 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 sahur. Is this the moment when I tell you guys that I have like a 5-year education in film and TV production? That I know how movies and scenes and shots and seasons and series are structured? Like, I went through a 5-year education making movies and shows and so on. So I know how a video or how a movie or how an online ARG can be structured in order to tell the right story or the story that you want. You know, I'm speaking from experience. I'm just not pulling this out of my ass cheeks because I feel like it. I have experience and I have knowledge in this field here, which is why I'm yapping so much about it. But other than that, like with all the things that I have about this video, it's still a great video. It still has a very important and very powerful story to talk about, that bullying is bad. Bullying is extremely bad. And I feel like that's a great story to push, like a great narrative to frame. For now, guys, you gotta check out Zachobuilds, okay? Check out their channel, subscribe to their channel, watch their videos, and in the future, like, I don't know if Zach is the kind of guy who, like, checks out reaction videos or maybe hears stuff from people, but if there's one takeaway that I can, like, give Zach, it's make sure that you seem more confident in your stories. If you are framing this as a documentary, like if you're framing it as a documentary where you showcase what is happening in this world or in this story, you need to be confident in your storytelling. And again, the worlds you create, the stories you create are amazing. It's just your narration, you telling the story needs to be more confident. And then the jokes, like cut down a little bit on the jokes that I'm having. Crack House is funny, but having a your mom joke in a video about a guy who, you know, it's just, I feel like it's such a big, you know, it's such a big split, if that makes sense. But thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I on to something? Am I grasping on something? Let me know. Thank you all for watching, and with that, I will head out.